Hi, this is the key for FYI Quiz number 4, which is mainly about using the first derivative test. So our first problem has us getting the first two derivatives. Most people did this just fine. This is x cubed minus x squared minus 6x. For the second derivative, we just take the derivative again, so we get 3x squared minus 2x minus 6. Now these days we're using the second derivative to do tests, but back when we took this quiz we were only using the first derivative, so I'm just looking at the first derivative for the rest of this. And I want to find local minima and maxima. So my first step is I need to find critical points. Those are points where the first derivative is 0 or undefined. It's never undefined here because it's a polynomial. So the easiest way to solve something equal to 0 is to factor it. I'm going to factor the x out of here first, leaving x squared minus x minus 6. Now I need to factor this guy. So I'm going to pick x plus 2, x minus 3 equals 0. This gives me x equals 0, or x equals negative 2, or x equals 3. So these are my critical points. Okay. I'm going to use some more information about my first derivative to find out whether these are minimums or maximums. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put my numbers on a number line. And I'm going to just test some values of the derivative in here. Let me open a calculator. Okay. Oh, it's hard to see everything at the same time. Alright, so I know that my first derivative is 0 at these 3 points. I want to test a point out here. Maybe I'll test 5. I'm going to test 1 right here because that's always easy to test. Negative 1, and maybe negative 3. I'll do one on the calculator, and then you guys can trust me for the other ones. Let's do 5. So I want to do 5 cubed minus 5 squared minus 6 times 5. That gives me 70, which is a positive number. That tells me that out here to the right, the first derivative is positive. If you plug in the negative 3, the negative 1, and the 1, you're going to get a negative number out here, a positive number here, and a negative number here. We're looking at the first derivative, so what this tells me is that the function is decreasing here, then it must have a minimum, then it's increasing, it's got a maximum, then it's decreasing here, it has another minimum, and it's increasing out here. So it has a shape kind of like this. That means that my x equals 0, this is a maximum. My x equals negative 2, this is a minimum. And my x equals 3, this is a minimum. Okay. So I had one maximum, it's 0 something, and my minimums are -2 something and 3 something. To get the something, we need to plug these into the original function. I'll do the 0 because it's the easy one, and then you guys can try the other ones. F of 0 is 1/4 times 0 to the 4th minus 1/3 times 0 cubed minus 3 times 0 squared plus 1, which is 1. For -2, we're going to get -13 thirds. And for 3, we're going to get -59 fourths. Which is, well, actually it's not about equal to. It's equal to -14.75. I'm noting that because it's easier to graph. And this is approximately equal to -4.33. Okay, so we've finished the first page. Now I need to graph the function. Okay, I had one maximum. It was at 0, 1. I'll draw that here. And I have two local minimums. My local minimums were -2, -4 1/3, so about right here, and +3, -14.75, so about right here. If you look back at the number line on the previous page, you can see that I drew the shape of the function and it looked something like this. So I'm going to draw it again. It's fine, I can check this on my calculator, but I don't need my calculator to sketch it. That's what calculus is for. And that's the quiz.